Hi, and welcome to today's morning briefing. I'm Donald Flowers for the Daily Windup. This morning we have an area of possible severe weather this afternoon here in the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle, and uh, southeast Colorado. The storms, I'll show it a little bit later here on the radar, they're starting to die out. There's a little rotation, but they're starting to die out. But they should refire this afternoon. And the main issue with these storms will be wind and hail. The lapse rates are fairly steep. Also, in the Ozarks and Ohio Valley have the possibility of severe weather later this afternoon. Now here's the Texas Panhandle here on the bottom of the screen, and these are the lapse rates. You can see they're anywhere from 6.5 to 7.5 degrees C per kilometer. And they're also pretty steep out here in the Ozarks. So we're going to have some pretty strong winds and hail with these storms this afternoon. Now here's the radar. We have the regular radar here on the right. I'm sorry, on the left, and on the right here we have the base velocity. And you can see there's one area here of rotation, but these storms have mainly died out this morning, and they should refire further to the north later this afternoon and this evening. And again, they could be severe. Main threat being large hail and damaging winds. Here is the ECMWF for the 30th. Here on the right, this red line that you see going through northern Texas, that is basically where a frontal boundary will be. And you can see here on the bottom near Brownsville there's an area of low pressure. And this is most likely going to be a coastal low, nothing tropical. It should be a coastal low. And it will ride up along this cold front and go up the east coast as we're getting into that time of year. It doesn't look like there's going to be any winter weather, but we could see a lot of rain in the Texas area. Here's the GFS for the 1st. And as you can see here, way on the right, you can see the coastal low, the top right hand here. The coastal low is moving into Louisiana, and the cold front is dropping southward. And this should be a pretty good cold front for this time of year. The Houston area should see temperatures around 80 to 82 degrees after the front passes. And the thing is, before the front passes, this coastal low has the potential to give us a lot of heavy rain here in southeast Texas. So that's something we'll have to watch for, and flooding will also be likely, or a possibility, for this weekend at least. Here are the ECMWF and the GFS 500 millibar height anomalies, and you can see this is day 8 through 10, and they both show a pretty strong ridge coming into Alaska, the northwest. The GFS has a much more pronounced cold trough and cold front, and I tend to think the GFS is probably further along ahead in this thinking, because it is starting to get in. This will be probably October 5th, 6th, 7th, around in there, and stronger cold fronts are a good bet coming into the central U.S. and southern U.S. this time of year. Now, as I said, there's really nothing tropical going on. The only thing here is this area, this trough, maybe an open wave of low pressure. And yesterday there was some pretty good gusts going around in here. It looks like it could try to develop. However, we ran the size model, and I did not put it on this video, but the size model is seeing 40 knot shear, so it's probably not going to develop into anything because the shear is just way too high. So I wouldn't even put a bet down on this. This is probably just going to meander around here and die out. However, this weekend, as I said before, a coastal trough of low pressure will develop around Brownsville and move up the coast into Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, going into Sunday and Monday. Now here is the ECMWF for the 1st, and this is the tropical view, and you can see this coastal low here by Texas. On the right hand side, your top right hand side, this is where the coastal low is near Texas into Louisiana. At this time it doesn't look like it'll be anything tropical in nature, mainly just a coastal low, but we'll keep monitoring. Now these are the lifted indices for today, and you can see it's -4 to -5 degrees C here in the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle. And we're gonna see some big storms fire, and the precipitable water values are between 1.5 and 2 inches. So we're going to see heavy rain, lots of damaging wind and hail with this. And here we have the lifted indices and the precipitable water values for the 28th. And as you can see here, this is where the coastal low is going to develop along the Texas coast. And you can see that the lifted indices are anywhere from -4 to -5 degrees C. And this means there's a lot of lift and the potential for a lot of heavy rain. The precipitable water values are anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2.25 inches here along the coast for the 28th. And that means there's going to be just tons of rain. We need some rain, but we don't need flooding. So we'll need to continue to watch this as the weekend progresses to see exactly what this low does and how much rain we get. So that's all I have for now. For the Daily Windup, I'm Donald Flowers.